chapter of the series with Leeds, managing purely thinking in how I would program it. When I started, I expected I wanted to make some more often updates, but editing is a pain in the ass, especially when I started to make 4 chapters in a row and then had to edit the first and then the second after a while. Uh, it seems that my rhythm of speaking is such that I often get too long pauses that I have to remove, and it consumes a lot of time. We see now in the squad page that currently we have everyone healthy with the exception of Hedi Sako that picked an injury in the previous match and hence is not available for the next. We go to the schedule. We see that from the last game we played against Birmingham, we continued our unbeaten run with a 5-0 win against Millwall, 2-1 against Ipswich, a 1-1 draw against Cardiff, and then we lost the first match in the Championship against Sheffield Wednesday. And now we are on to face Reading, who are in the 6th place in the playoffs, and hence it's looking like it should be the hardest team that we meet so far. In the table we are still in the top spot. We lost the advantage we had over Wolves, but our better goal difference keeps us ahead. We have one match 3 points ahead of Fulham, so losing a match will not take us out of direct promotion yet, and 5 points from getting from the positions that give any sort of promotion chance. There's nothing new in terms of signings or anything else, so I think we can go straight into the match. Team selection, they are expected to play a 4-3-3 with, I knew I was forgetting something, remove the parts of the skin that tell you the exact roles that the rival play. But even if we don't know if it is what kind of wingback, it is obvious that this and these wingbacks, both fullbacks of the enemy team, are drawn higher up than the center back, so that tells us that they are going to be quite attacking, and then they would be leaving space behind them, making it so that we should be looking to exploit the flanks. And the team I picked before the meeting, I will start with Kevin Phillips, so he doesn't lose the match fitness. And Pontus Jansson will have a rest in this match. Pablo Hernandez perhaps could. Well, here's an idea. Test how Pablo Hernandez does in that position. Let's see first. So if the ball is good, his finishing is good, so I need one more player that is. So Tyler Roberts will be the one to come into the bench for Stuart Dallas, who is not completely fresh. The changes to the tactic to take advantage of the more adventurous fullbacks that Reading is expected to use will be made before the kickoff, unless I forget it. Here you can see here that both fullbacks are more forward than the center backs, and this Gunter is a teeny little bit more advanced than Blackett. So I'm leaving most of the team talks and every press conference to the assistant. And let's not forget these instructions. Rather than exploit the flanks, clear the ball into the flags for Ruth and Pablo Hernandez to catch. Now that I saw, I start to doubt whether I did the set piece routines in the save, but I think I did. And a good counter attack that we finish with Pablo Hernandez, which makes it look like I did the right choice, the right decision back there. We're not keeping the ball too much, but we're not too behind in the possession. That he missed the interception, but the shot was very bad. Calvin Phillips is looking ill-disciplined, so I calm down to him, and that's going to be two against three. What did we had the advantage in the numbers? We shouldn't have let him get that pass at any point. Three going for the same player. That is what is the Buck doing? Giving the ball back to them. These two are offside at the moment if they touch a shot. That wasn't about first half if the defenders had not been so incompetent in that one play. And why is only Anita the one that gets the 6.5 rating, and why the Buck gets the 6.3 when the Buck had nothing to do with that? It was all between Anita, Eiling, and Basson. Well, disappointing, I agree. Frustrated. Kevin Phillips looked stressed. I think that calls for an individual change, and that is to bring Kane back in the place of the well, I can't choose the new player, so let's get with the second half. Corner, let's two ahead, good so far, and narrowly misses. The end of the match is closing down and nothing has happened since then. We are getting a lot of shots, but only a few are on target. Chances are needed, Born Anita is on a yellow card, and he could well cause some problem. Castañeda or Bog. Those pop-ups take a lot of time to show up. 13 position, it's just average across the board, but that's good enough. The bug jumps a bit more, I think. This will be the change to be done, and this. This the other. We have one last. Samuscience is improving, but he's not quite good yet. So perhaps, let's see, Tyler Roberts. Samuscience is at the center crosser. And Tyler Roberts is not good with creation. 14 left only. 13, 12 of the ball. Tyler Roberts. I think I will try Tyler Roberts up front. So another thing that I was thinking was to send Rufe up front, leave. I think that's what I will gonna do. Sainz in the right wing, Pablo Hernandez in the center, Roof up front, and Tyler Roberts in the left. New changes. I will remove that, exploit flanks, or perhaps leave attacking on, and more direct passing. No, that didn't help. Why did we have 4 minutes of added time? Well, now we lost the top spot and no longer have a whole match advantage over the third position. The performance was disappointing, indeed it was. So that is going to be all for this chapter. Thanks for watching. Until next time.